This is just going to be a rambling sort of musing as I am feeling through
In half a mile,
things.
use the left 2 lanes to turn left on US 287.
I'm navigating, so that's going to happen. Turn it down a little bit, but first of all, there's lots of feeling this morning. I'm driving to a new building. I
In 1,000
am
feet,
commuting.
turn left.
The place that I've worked up until Friday was 10 minutes or so
Turn left on US 287.
from my house, and I started working there because I couldn't commute anymore. Of course, at the time I lived in a pretty remote location on a mountain, and so everything was down the hill, a minimum of an hour away, pretty much. So this is less than that. It's estimated half an hour, but I just couldn't do it anymore. It was a toll on my sanity. It didn't make any sense. The amount of money I was putting into fuel, and also having a diagnosis of narcolepsy, which means that in my experience of it, rather, this is a diagnosis that I've struggled to disidentify from. I don't know that the label is important, except for people actually validating that I am in fact experiencing what I experience, not necessarily that it's caused by anything. And that's the fun thing with the label of narcolepsy, is at least there's an acknowledgement that this doesn't appear to have a cause. It's just happening, and I don't see it as a problem or a burden. It is a unique feature of experience. I used to resist it a lot more. Since I've stopped resisting it, it actually has stopped affecting me so much. But I do experience drowsiness. This will be the first time that I'm driving for a significant distance on a regular schedule. I can do it in, bursts, but the biggest reason I stopped commuting before was I experienced micro sleeps. And that means shooting straight into REM from conscious waking awareness with very little warning and very little control. It's virtually impossible to prevent. I tried everything from eating hot candy, chewing minty gum, singing along to music, having a conversation with someone, rolling the windows down, blasting cold air in my face, talking out loud, all of it. When it hits, and the sleep happens. And so, I don't know. I'll just have to see what this is like.
Object on road reported ahead.
Thank you. I don't see any objects yet, but anyway, none of that was my intention to really even discuss when I started recording this. Actually, I was musing about some other things, but it's a part of this experience. It's a part of this moment right now. This is what's happening. This is what I'm feeling. And I want this to be all inclusive. Recording this video for me is about embracing everything that is present in this moment. It helps me to speak it out loud. And I am aided in speaking it out loud by recording it. works that way. But really what I had been contemplating had actually to do with the concepts of health and beauty, and just noticing how they've been lumped together, that in this conceptual, industrialized, corporatized, commoditized society, where everything is bought and sold, health and beauty have been combined. Because it wasn't enough of a motivation, it would seem, to try to convince someone or a group of someone's that they weren't beautiful, and that in order to be beautiful they needed to buy this product. It seems like a very smart marketing and business move to combine appearance with the concept of health, of vitality. And I haven't spoken this aloud, and so the words are coming as they come. I'm just feeling into this, and if it doesn't quite make sense, then it doesn't quite make sense. But I'm just seeing how the conflation of these two, first they had to be made into concepts, right? And in order to be a concept, you must be separated from your experience, from your direct experience of it. This has been happening for a long time. In order for anybody to control you, they have to convince you to give up your power. Your power is your awareness of your true nature, your awareness of yourself, of your being, and the nature of that being. Death is not a threat to you if you understand by your own experience of yourself that death is not, it's not an absolute or actual reality. It's a sensation, it's an experience, but death is not something that actually can befall you. It cannot cleave you from the life that you are. It's a transitioning, it's a transformation. It is no different from that process anywhere else in nature. It's no different from a caterpillar entering a cocoon and liquefying, its entire body breaking down and then reforming into what we call a butterfly. Think about that. A physical form being the way that you're used to it being, you're familiar with it, entering a period and a process, undergoing a process wherein it completely dissolves. This physical form is no more. It has been broken down into essential components. And yet, the life of this being that we called caterpillar hasn't gone anywhere. And as a new form coagulates, and the life inhabits that space, nothing has been lost. Nothing has really even changed. Certainly nothing has been diminished or damaged or destroyed. So when we understand by the experience of ourselves that what we are is so much more stable, is actually stable, whereas everything in this realm is not, and it's not intended to be, and it doesn't need to be. It's a wonderful thing that it is free to change, that it's constantly shifting. This is what is wanted. This is what is desired. How boring would it be to be an eternal being having one experience forever? The same exact experience forever, unchanging. How much more exciting and delicious it is to experience your eternity in the constant and continuous cycling, the rising and falling, the formation and the dissolution, the separation and the reunification. And in your experiencing of these many cycles over and over and over again, you realize that separation is not truly separation when unification is promised, right? It's just a part of the process. It's just a part of the process. The process of your continuous becoming. There is no permanence to it. It exists only in relationship. And so as separation is never separate from unification, it can only exist in connection to it. It's not true separation. It has no absolution to it. It's an experience. It's a part of the whole, but the whole is never not whole. And so we come here to play with this. All sense and sensation in this continuous dance. Or things move apart a little bit and then they move back together. But none of it ever threatens or affects the underlying truth of the wholeness, of the wellness. None of it actually means anything. It is just a play. It is just an experience. An experience of unwellness does not mean that anything is unwell. It is just an experience. You cannot be separated from your well-being. You see, you can't be separated from your beauty. But if you can't be separated from these truths, then they cannot be sold to you. And that just won't do. So in order for the health and beauty industry, like any industry, to exist at all, to survive, much less thrive, you must be convinced to give up your innate knowledge, your inherent experiencing of your own continuously evolving health and beauty. You must give up your awareness, your knowledge of yourself. In order for health and beauty to become products, as they have, and for those products to be sold to you, you must must not have them. You are not allowed to have health or beauty. You see. Not ever, actually. Because these products have a shelf life. Just like all form, they are unstable, they will dissolve, and so the product form of health, however it is acquired, however it is sold to you, must be re-upped. It is always a subscription service. Whether or not it is labeled that, you are subscribing to the continuous purchasing of health, really of your right to experience health, of your ability to give yourself permission to experience the health that is already yours. And the same is true of beauty. But beauty is a lot more compelling of a product when health is packaged in there with it. Now it's a package deal. Look at that. You get health and beauty in one sweet, neat, easily marketable package. What a steal for you, really. What a good deal for you, consumer. We know you want at least one of these things. We know most people are compelled by the desire to be perceived as beautiful and to experience themselves as beautiful, but we're trying to corner the whole of the market. We know there are some that have fallen through the cracks that just stubbornly refuse to follow beauty standards. They just refuse. They seem to keep clinging on to their awareness of their own inherent beauty, and we can't divorce them from it. But we have another way in. Because even if you don't care about beauty standards, or you are stubbornly refusing to release your awareness of your own inherent beauty, health, that's something we can weasel in to most people with. Because everybody's afraid of death, right? This big, scary specter.
In half a mile, turn right on East 1st Street.
The great unknown. The worst thing that could possibly happen. Oh, the worst. Just terrible, awful tragedy. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants to die. Never mind the fact that we came here for that experience. That one is the easiest to forget. It is the easiest to forget that we came here to have death experience, and that in fact it is continuously happening. We are continuously experiencing death, which is the constant
Turn right on East 1st Street.
dissolution
Then turn left on North Washington Avenue.
of the form that was. That is what continuous experience is. Nothing about reality is permanent. All experience, first of all, everything is experience.
Turn right on East 1st Street.
There are no objects.
Then turn left on North Washington Avenue.
There's only the experience of them. And all of that experience is in motion. It's in constant flow. It is not a stagnant thing. There is no
Turn left on
permanence.
North Washington Avenue.
Oh, I don't like the way that it's telling me to go. It's going to be talking more, but everything is experience. What remains constant is you. What remains constant is that which is experiencing. Actually, just experiencing is what remains constant. And that is you. You are conscious, living, experiencing. That is what's
In
real.
half a mile, turn right on East 11th Street.
That is what doesn't change. What doesn't change is experiencing. What does is what is being experienced. What does is the sensation. That is in constant flow. It is not permanent. But an experience is surface level. It reaches to the depths of our being. We feel it. It is real. The experience is real. It is just that it has no separate reality.
In 1,000 feet, turn right, then turn left.
So your experience of health here is beautiful, but it doesn't mean anything. And an experience of unhealth here is equally
Turn right
beautiful
on East 11th Street, then turn left on North Monroe Avenue.
and equally meaningless, except to be an experience. That's it. And I can
Turn left on North Monroe Avenue.
I feel a deep sadness.
You've arrived. Destination is on your right.
As I arrive, I feel a deep sadness. And this is what is. This sensation, this experience in this moment as it is. Not as I think it should be. Not as some part of the mind thinks that it should be. There is sadness, there's pain, there's fear. And I am embracing all of it, not to change it. Trying to change it means I'm not embracing it. I am embracing it as something that isn't bad and doesn't mean anything, seriously, but I did come here for this. I am here for this. This is what is. This is the sensation that has arisen. And as this total being that is both form and formless, my desire is to experience myself as sensing the sensation, as the awareness sensing what is, and as what is being sensed by awareness. Purely that. Purely that. I can even appreciate the stories floating around about what is as just a part of the experience, a part of the sensation, a part of the phenomena arising. And just look at it all and feel it deeply, honestly, authentically, not pretending that it's something other than what it is. And just say yes to this sensation, the novelty, the uniqueness of it, the presence of it. I can be here in it, with it. open, accepting. There is pain. There is sadness. There is a sick sort of feeling in the stomach. And I am here in it, knowing this is right. This is good. This is beautiful. This is perfect. This does not need to change.